Kobina, your network is giving issue. But I'm not seeing you. Even without video, I'm not seeing you. There's no participant. It's reading just one participant. Once you join, I will see. Even without video, I will see. Are you there? No? On the chat? And okay, yeah, you're there. Okay, hello and welcome. We are going to be taking our class on Jira. Jira is a project management tool for bug tracking, issue tracking, and it's specifically made for, it's not specifically made actually, but it was made with software developers in mind. It's very, very good for software. If you're going to be a big time, if you want to create a career for yourself in software development, you definitely need to know how to use Jira so that you can collaborate with other software developers and do a job. If you're employed in big corporations, you're going to be working with other developers. So Jira will enable the company to allow this collaboration, set targets, set roadmaps and epics, so that the software can be achieved within the limited amount of time or within the specified amount of time, while you keep informing your client on the development. So Jira is about the best for agile management of your project. If you want to do agile management, Jira is one of the best tools for that. And to get this heated up, I'm going to quickly go to my screen and share my screen so that we can try this out. So I'm going to share the whole of my screen. And I'm quickly going to go to Jira. And you know that the website is Tclassified.com. So once I type Jira and say Google said Jira, I should be able to be hooked up to the Jira website so that we can start. You can see here Tclassified.com. Atlassian is the company that had Jira. It's an Australian firm, so you can see Jira is here. So I'm quickly gonna sign in because yesterday we created an account in Jira. So what we're using is the cloud. We're using the Jira in cloud. So I'm gonna simply click on Jira software so that I can simply sign in and move forward. So you can see that I'm already signed in. This Tclassified.com. So I can simply go to my okay. So you can also see here I have switched to Ubinometric. Let me click on this place so that I will see what my team did yesterday. So this is farm listing, the work we did yesterday. If you followed my class yesterday, you see how we created this project farm listing. So after creating this, a next gen, it's not the classic. We have the classic and the next gen. We use the next gen to create this. So after creating this project, my partner Obina worked on it. But today I'm going to teach us how to freshly create a Jira project so that we can learn more. But you can see what I did. I did this because I was already logged in. I didn't log out. If I click log out, I should be able to log in back. But because I'm already logged in, that's why I'm able to get to this. So please, if this is your first time of using Jira, you have to click on that get free. The get free that we saw before I came to this point. So that is where you're supposed to be in so that you can sign up for a free account and practice. But if you have money, you can pay $10 per month and still get it. So I'm going to click on this farm listing that we did yesterday so that you see what my colleague was able to do. So I created the project, but he was the person that filled up the to-dos. Am I still on T-class? Okay, I'm still on T-class, right? It was created on T-class, right? Okay, on my own, not on mobile. So no problem. Let's start this fresh and do a neat work now. So please, can you see where they wrote create? Can you see create? Can you see create? So please click on create. So once you're logged in, we want to create a new project now. So click on create. Okay. So I'm already inside farm listing. So it's trying to create farm listing. And that's not what I want. So I click on cancel and I get back to let me get back to projects. Please, can you see projects? Click the link under projects, you will see create project. So let's do that. So now if we click on create project, we are going to see choose project type. What kind of, are we going to create classic or next gen? So it's always good. Next gen is an improvement to the classic. You understand? Say you have something, you have your Camry 2014. You understand? You now did another Camry 2020, the latest Camry. It has better features. It's easier to work with, very easily to customize. You understand? So that's why we're going to be using next gen. That's their best. So I'm going to select next gen. Can you see where they wrote select next gen? Can you see it? Huh? So I said I click here or I click select next gen. So it's going to ask me what is my project name. Are you seeing that? So I'm going to simply like farm. I'm still using farm listing because that's what I want to, that's the project I'm working on. Farm listing app. That's the name of the full project I'm creating, farm listing app. Can you see that? Good. The key is very, very important. Yeah, the key, how they get it is by they just abbreviated. They took the first word here is F, first word here L. You understand? But you can actually type in anything you want, but it's better you leave it like that. Then what kind of template do you want to use? Do you want to use Kanban, Scrum, or any of them? So once you click on change template, you see all the templates that are available. So we're gonna keep with Kanban. Then you're gonna click on create. Are we together on that? So once you create now, you'll be led into this. So I'm going to be teaching us almost everything we need to know in Jira today. Everything we need to know in Jira. So to do that, I'm going to open up a project that I'm working on currently. And that is farm produce listing. We want to create a web app and using Python, Django framework. And that is what we're going to be looking at when we are doing our Python next week for those in Python class. So this is how you prepare your project before you start working on it. You need to have what we call project specification, telling you what and what you need to achieve at so point in time. And that is what you can see here. So I drafted a little specification for that farm listing app. So when you look at it, you see what it means to have a project spec. This is not a fully featured project spec, but I just drafted it so that I can teach this Jira software. So what is the first thing I want to do? I want to prepare a project management scheme, and I'm going to be doing that with Jira. And inside it, I'm going to be able to highlight the features of the web app. So to build this web app, I'm going to start from the back end. And the back end, I'm going to build a REST API, actually. So I'm going to write it here. I didn't capture that. REST API. That's going to have endpoint for registering. It's going to have endpoint for login. It's going to have endpoint for posting, updating, just the CRUD operation. So this is going to have what we call CRUD operation. And I told you guys what CRUD simply means: create, read, update, and what delete. That's what you do to forms. And that is what we have here: register, post. Post is the create, update is update, read is what? Read, and delete is what? Delete. So our application should be able to do all this. So in creating the REST API, I should be able to do all this. So I should have a feature that can do what? Register, a feature that can log in, post, update, read, delete, and admin. So as you're looking at this, I'm going to tell you that there are what we call issue type. Issue is anything that you create, you understand? Which could be what? Story. It is a story when you're telling us that you want to create a register feature. It could be box. And boxes, when you're creating your register feature, you have problem. You understand? I told you that box simply means errors that you find in your code. You understand? So if you find any error, you want to create it in your Jira, you call it what? Bug. You call it what? That's the issue type. You understand? But if it is a simple instruction telling you to create something, this is what? Story. It is what? Then under that story, you can have specific tasks in order to create your work. Is that clear? You can also have what we call subtasks. You understand? Because if you want to create a register page, that register page is not just, you understand, there are components of the register page which you can assign to different people. So I'm going to teach you now how to bring in people that you will be working on this project with, so that you can assign all these, whether it's story or bug and anything to work on. Is that clear? But I want you to understand what issue types are. Is that clear? Issue types could be what? Story could be what? Bug is could be what? Task. Is that clear? So in creating the one you created yesterday, you didn't put whether it was story. All of them was under story, isn't it? But today we're going to try to pick some to be box, some to be what? Tax. Are we clear on this? I want you to get the general concept, you understand, before we start up, so that you know what we are doing. So when you're doing project management, there has to be project spec like I've listed now, you understand? Because these are the things that you're going to be putting inside your Jira, and you start working on them. Is that clear? So your CTO is going to give you this and say, please arrange the project management. And that's the first task that we have here. We're trying to build out this scheme on Jira. So in as much as you have these different issue types for story, box, and when you get to login, you also might have all of them. Is that clear? When you go to post, you might also have all of them. Is that clear? So based on any of these stories that you want or these issues, you can have the attendant box and what tags. I mean, is that clear now? So that I wrote it under register feature does not mean that it has to be only under register feature. You can see under login, I say also same issues as above. Is that clear? Under post, I could have them. But you know that you mustn't have box in any of all of them, Abby. You can have your work and without box. I just listed all of them to show you that these are the things that you could have in any of these issues. Under it, you can still have it under it. You can still have it under delete, under all of them. Are we clear on this? Do we now understand this? Do we now understand this? So if I finish it, so when you talk about roadmap or timeline, you understand? So this is our back end. And you can see all the things that we can have in our back end. Can you see all of them? So I can say now that what is the epic? What do I want to achieve at the end of looking at this? You understand? The epic now, I'm going to be talking about the time that I'm supposed to have achieved all this. You understand? So in your roadmap, you're supposed to put the epics. You're supposed to put the what? Epics. Epics is just simply showing your timeline. You understand? And the day you're supposed to start and stop it. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So I'm simply going to go back into my Jira. Are you in my Jira? Can you get to my Jira now? So can you see roadmap? So you can click on roadmap. So that roadmap will open up. Manage your work through epics. Can you see? It's telling you that with roadmap, you can manage your work through what? Epics. Epics is the goals. Epics are the goals. Epics are the what? What you tend to achieve. So and so. I want in 2 weeks' time, I want to have created all my back end. That is an epic. You're setting out a goal. Obin, are you understanding this? Why are they disconnected? Now you see now we are ready and you're not ready. Eh? You are ready now, you're not ready. You're finishing Jira today, oh, so that if you want to travel, you can travel. You can have your test in Jira. You become a Jira specialist now. So get to with me. So I'm starting from roadmap. It's not connected, but okay. Okay. So let me give you. Can I give you something? Can you connect using my phone? So please, somebody should give him my phone. Just go to Zoom on the phone, you connect. You can be taking notes, you understand, so that once your system gets back, you can continue. Or you just take notes, you understand. When you want to practice, I will also assist you practice. You understand? So you can do. So just take notes. When you want to practice, I also assist you practice. Okay, so we are in epics now because we went to roadmap. So you can see where it is clearly written. This is where you can create, manage, and visualize your epics so that everyone on the same page can do what? See it. So I click on next. So in your epics, you will be able to see the status of the work inside your epics and who is working on them. You understand? You like, I will say that Jira is a collaborative software. I'm going to show you how to add up people that will be working on this very software. You should be able to see what they are doing at every point in time. Then when I click on another next, it now says what? Create and visualize connection between your epics to better understand the risk. So I'm going to say done. Are you there? So once I say done, you can see where they wrote create epic. So I'm going to click on this create epic. So what epic do I want to create now? So let's say the first one, let's say that I want to be able to fully develop my back end. You understand? You can see there it wrote what needs to be done. You understand? It's telling you what goal are you setting out? But this time you're not setting out the whole goal like I want to fully create my family listing. You have to pick it line by line, you understand? You finish this, work on it. So let's say the goal of this one is to what? Fully develop the back end. I hope nobody is still connected, Mama. Okay. Fully develop the back end. Can you see that? So that's what I'm looking at. So once you do that, you can press Enter key. You can set up another. What else after backend? What is the next major milestone you want to reach? In Epic, that's what you put your milestone. The front end, isn't it? Fully develop the front end. Okay. But in this very back end, I want to do something because I told you that in Epic, you're supposed to put the time. You understand? The time, very, very important. So I'm going to click on this place. Wait, let me clear out this so that we can see this much better. So this is actually telling me what I want to do. But I'm quickly gonna close it out because I want to follow it line by line, okay? So you can see immediately after developing your roadmap, you can actually share it to anybody so that they can see. Once you click, you enter the name, the team member, and you can send. You can also export it. So I'm gonna work on this very Epic, fully develop my backend. You can see here that it's fully written, fully develop my backend. So who am I assigning it to? When am I starting and when I'm ending? You understand? So we're going to leave assigning for now. When I initially bring in people that are going to be working on this project, we'll come back here and we'll assign to somebody. Is that clear? So, but what I want to do is to just set the start date and end date. Is that clear? That is the most important thing that you have to set here. So you can see 2020-08-04. That's the that should be. Is it today's date? That's date for what? So what is today's date? August 2020, 18, but so I've selected that. So done date, when are we expected to finish this? When do we expect to finish? So let's say if it was sprints is normally done in two weeks. Is that clear? But Epic can take more than that, you understand? So let's say we put you can see it has already selected something for us, but let's pick another time. So let's say that this task is a very short task that can even finish in less than 2 weeks. Let's pick this. So reporter, who are you reporting to? You're reporting to Tclassified.com, which is me. Okay. So you can also add up comments or any other thing you want to add up. So if once you're doing this, you can see now that my develop fully backend. Can you see where it's starting now? It's not starting from the 18th. You see, it has moved itself by itself. Can you see that? It has moved. So if you now click on, let's say now we click on this next one. What's this next one? Fully developed backend. You understand? I want to start it. When do we want to start? We want to start it when we must have finished the back end. So when do we now start? The start date should be what? The other one finished at 31st August, isn't it? So let's say we are now starting this one on 31st August. So when are we going to be done? When will we be done? So we'll get to next month and let's be done on 18th. Is that clear? So can you see that two of them, can you see the timeline? This is starting from this August and ending here, and this is starting from here and ending here. Is that clear? So this shows us what we call, this is what we call our, it visually tells us what we are supposed to do. So let me take this So it's telling us that from August of what? 18th to August of 31st, we are supposed to have fully developed our what? Back end. And from August of 31st to September of 18, we are supposed to have fully done our what? Front end. Is that clear? So we can add up more epics depending on what we want. So I'm going to go back now, since we've done our roadmap. I'll get back to my bots, which is what we did yesterday. This is what I'm actually supposed to create all the issues first, but because we did it yesterday, I don't want us to keep repeating. Is that clear? So you can actually do your issues first before you go to roadmap. You understand? Because you're supposed to see have a rough sketch of the issue that you want. Issue simply means those tasks that you're supposed to back end the way I did it yesterday. Okay. So having done that, I'm going to go to project setting. Okay, let me quickly create some issues. So what's the first issue that we have there? So let me simply say create a register feature. We want our website to have a register feature. Is that clear? So if you hover down, can you see this place? It's showing us what type of issue is this? What type of issue? No, it's not track. Read it again. Task. You understand? But tax is not the only type of issue. So if you now click this arrow and click on manage issue, because we want to check out, I told you that there are plenty types of issue. Tax, box, and what? Story, isn't it? So if you click on manage issue, you should be able to choose other types of issues. So you can see this is okay, let's say for this very tax that we've created, we created the tax of what? Building out our what? Building out our what? Register, isn't it? Register feature. So we can actually assign somebody. When you now click on that manage, you can assign somebody. You can write more things about this very task. You can write a description and give it a description, detailed description. You can assign labels. You can also take note of the reporter. But for us to be able to do this well, please, let's quickly go and get our assignees. Let's get all of them so that we can be actually affecting this. So I'm going to click on back. Can you see these back settings? Can you see this? So I click back on this again. Okay. So these are projects like one. So I'm going to click on back to projects. Then I'm going to click on project setting. Can you see this project setting down here? I'll click on it again. So I'm going to go down. So I will see details. Click on that details. So under details, I can see everything about my project. Default assignee. Who is the default assignee? You know, I did not invite you to this. I'm supposed to invite all of you so that we can be having assignees and everything. But just take note, that's where we would have put our assignee that we invited. So let me click on the next thing here is access. We're not going to be using this for now. So we have what we call issue types. I told us that we have tags. We also have subtags. You can also add a new issue type. So how do you add a new issue type? You can simply click on plus. So when you click on plus, you can see bug and you can see story. Can you see that? So let's try bug first. So click on add, because we want to be able to have not just tags, we want to be able to also have bugs. Are you clear on that? So let's add more issue types. Which other issue type? Story, isn't it? So I also add story. So that whenever I add issue, I want to be able to see options so that I can call that issue whether it's tax or bug or anything. Are we clear on that? So I get back to my project setting again. So having selected all those, you remember I clicked on details and I said that these are what I have as my details. I clicked on assets. I said, let's move down to what? Issue types. Then under issue types, we are able to add up. Now we are no longer having only tags. We are having both bulk and storage. Obina, is that clear? So I get back again to my project setting. Then what's the next thing? Notifications. We'll leave that for now. We'll not be using it on this basis. We go to features, very important. Features. Can you see features? Features is very, very important. Other features, you're going to see things that you can have that you might not be seeing. You are seeing roadmap already, but you're seeing roadmap. Do you know why you're seeing roadmap? Because it's checked. Can you see where it's checked? That's why you're seeing it on your, we saw it immediately. We logged into our project, we saw it because it was checked. If it's not checked, you cannot see it. Is that clear? So if you're given a job, your guy might be expecting you to have backlog, to have sprint, to have reports, to have all these things. You understand? So once you finish creating your project, it's good that you go and make sure that you go to project settings, go to features and highlight all the things that he wants you to indicate there. Is that clear? So I'm going to indicate that I now want backlog. You see why I indicated it? I'm also going to indicate that I want sprint because I want to be adding our work to sprint. You understand? Sprint is when you can achieve something in, say, 2 weeks. You understand? So I want to be able to do that. Then you can also put reports and also what? Estimation. I'm going to show you more about estimation. So those are the both very, very important things that I need us to have. So when you have all of them, you're good to go. So what's the last thing there is apps. Not needed for now. So I'm going to go back to my project setting. Okay, then back to my what? Projects. Are we clear now? So you can see that everything has changed. Even in our to-do, you can see that it's showing this, showing that we can start a sprint. Is that clear? We can create our distance and start a sprint. So now let's start the work proper. Obina, can we start the work proper? So we've done all the setup. So let's start our work. So to start our work, having had our roadmap, we'll go to backlog. We'll go to what? So inside this backlog, list out everything that you have in your mind that can happen in this project. List out what? Everything. So what do we do now? We simply go to our project spec. And you know that this your project spec is going to continually change. If your client comes back and say, hey, I want a WhatsApp box to be added to this thing, you understand? You quickly go to this place. You should know that before adding WhatsApp box, maybe you are in the front end feature side, you go and add it up here. Is that clear? It will become one of your features. So let's pick out all these things one by one. So I'm going to pick out the first thing, which is prepare my project management. That's the first thing. So I'll copy it and I'll go and put it in my first as the first backlog. Backlog is where you have everything. You understand? To do is where things that you want to start doing, isn't it? In progress is what you're working on. Done is what you're done working. Is that clear? Backlog is just everything, even the one you are thinking about in your head. You understand? Put it there. So I put what? Enter. The next thing, what's the next thing I'm supposed to do? I go back again. What's the next thing? Backend features, isn't it? And this backend features is simply consisting of the what? Register. So let me just pick register. The register feature, press the what? Enter key. And see that it's giving me also key numbers to them. Then I'm going to go back. What's the next thing? Login feature. Please make sure that you're writing it fully, login feature. If it is API, REST API for login, write it fully. Write it, make it understandable. I'm just using this because I'm just showing you. So this one, instead of saying post, the person should be able to what? Post a what? farm produce. So that's how you write it. Post a farm produce. Are we clear on that? And I can make this a story or a task, you understand? So I can put it as one story. This one, prepare this. I can click on it and edit. So you can add a flag, add a parent, add a what? Issue link. There are many things we can just do. So let's be doing it one by one so that we don't get it mixed up. Story, okay? So let's create a new one now, see? So what do we need to be done? Let's get back to our project spec, update. So I get back here. So once you are, the time you're creating it at the point of creation, you can see an arrow there. So click on that arrow, you're gonna see whether you want it a tax bug or anything you want. It's already selected as story. You understand? So you can make it a bug or a task. So I'm gonna say what? Update what? The farm produce. So they should be able to do what? Update their farm produce. Then press the enter key. Are we clear on that? So let's say as I was creating that thing, I had a bug. So what am I supposed to pick here? I'm supposed to pick bug, isn't it? So you describe what your bug is. The test is not working. Or you say, it has to be in a very simple statement, test not working. So after like writing your update logic, it was not working. So you simply say text not working. So can you see the way you can add up backlogs? Obina, is it clear? So you can add as many backlog as, so you can add all the things that you have in mind, all the things that are in the spec, add all of them. Is that clear? Are we clear on that? Are we clear on that? So this backlog, you can change, you can see when you click on the backlog, you can see whether you can put it top or bottom. You understand? So you know that what is on the top is what you want to do first. You understand? So let's say you newly added something, but you know that that thing has to be done first. Let's say this text work. You know it has to be done first. You simply go and click here and now click on what? To top. To bring it to the top. Is that clear? Because your backlog is supposed to be written in such a way that somebody going through it should see step by step what you want to do. So I'm going to bring this back again by saying what? By saying what? To bottom, isn't it? So any of them, like this first one that I have here, prepare the project plan. I can also do what? Click on it and go to, you can also do any of these other things, but let me leave that for now. So we've created our backlog. Have we been able to create our backlog? Okay. So let's get back to our project board. Can you see your project board? So this is under your what? To do. Can you see? So if you go back, you see where they wrote go to backlog. Can you see that? So I click on go to what? Backlog. Can you see my backlogs? So this is prepare what? Prepare project management scheme with Jira. For easy project management. So I'm going to click on save. Yeah, under comment. I just added a simple comment. You can as well add it under description. This will enable the summary of the work to be easily accessed. I'm gonna save this. So when you click here, you're gonna see where you want to put it. Do you want it in to do, or do you want it in progress, or do you want it in what? Done. So we want it in to do because we've not started yet. If I close this now, so I'm gonna leave this back. Please, before we continue, let me show you this. You can also add more, what's it called? More bots. You know, here we have just to do in progress done. You understand? If you want to add more, just click on plus. So we can call this one what? In what? Review. You understand? Say you've done something, but you still want somebody to review it, so you can create a review. So if you click this good, it will be selected. So you now have a review come back. So if you want the in review, because you want the work to be after to do, you want it to be in progress. You understand? Then after progress, you want it to be what? In review by your organ before it is now marked done, so that it will be your organ that of making it done. So you click here. Can you see where I'm clicking? I'm holding it and dragging it so that I will replace it now. So now in review is now there before done. Can you see that? Can you see that? Have you done that? Okay, just do it so that we'll continue. So once you do it, we should be able to go and create a sprint that will enter inside our to-do, so that once we're done, we can take it to progress when we start working on it, get to review and get to done. And once we get to done, that's all about it. So let's do that. So once you do that, let me know so that we can continue. You've done it. Okay, so I'm quickly gonna get back to my backlog again. Okay. Um, are we there? So I'm gonna click on create sprint. So here it says plan your sprint, drag an issue from your backlog section to create a new issue to plan the work for this sprint. Select start sprint when you are ready. See? Are you there? So I'm gonna drag this first one. Are you seeing this first one? So I'm dragging it into the sprint. Back again. Can you see that? So automatically it's now in the to-do. So once I'm done, sprint is what must be. I told you that the limited time for sprint is how many weeks? 2 weeks. So what do I do next? So once you're done with everything you want to be done in 2 weeks, you understand? You put them, if you want to include another thing, you can drag and put, you understand? Once you're done, you can do what? Start your sprint. You can do what? Start your sprint. If you also click this option, you can see edit sprint. If you want to edit it, want to delete. So let's say I want to edit, I can simply click on edit. This is my first sprint. So I can put what I want to be the goal. You understand? I want to have what? Created a Jira project. That's what I want to have done. Jira project for my what? For my farm listing web app. That's the goal of this sprint. I'm going to click on update. Are we clear on that? So once you're done, this is what I did. I did edit sprint, then I did that. After doing, I did update. Once you're done, you can start your sprint. You can do what? So I click on start sprint. So now it's asking me duration of sprint. What's the duration of my sprint? 2 weeks. I told you that 2 weeks is normally the duration of the sprint. Please, what's the time? Let me know whether I'm taking you. I hope I'm not. It's not 3 o'clock. Oh, we still have plenty of time. So Obina has plenty of time today. Obina, are you here? Yes. This is what? 2 weeks. You can pick 3 weeks or 1 week, but I told you the standard time for a sprint is what? 2 weeks. So what is the start date? We are starting today. We are starting what? What is the time? This is the time. So I'm going to click on the scroll button. Can you see the scroll? So that you can fill in the what? End dates. Abi? But it has to be automatically, Abi, because you already selected 2 weeks. So it's already automatically selected for you. So the goal here is what? To create a Jira project for my family listing web app. Abi? I put that before. So I'm going to click on what? Start. Start. So once I click on start, it takes me straight to my what? Kanban. It takes me straight to my what? And you can see now in my Kanban, the number one thing now is what? Prepare a project management with Jira. That's the first thing. Obina, can you see that? Now we can do what? Once you're done, in 2 weeks' time, you have to, this can move from here. Can you see what I'm doing? This can move from here and go to what? Progress. Isn't it? So once you're done project progress, you can move from here to what? In view, isn't it? And once somebody has reviewed it, you can simply take it to what? Done. Are we together on this? So this is a simple workflow that you follow to do your work. You understand? Because as the developers are working, you'll be knowing that they have worked. So you should know where to move them from where to where. Is that clear? But all these can be automated. All these can be done what? Automated. So that as they are following and they are laying their report that they are finished, you can be seeing the signs on your own as the person managing it to know where it is going. Is that clear? And that we are going to do when we add up more people that can be working on this. And we also assign people to this. Is that clear? So all the people that are following this class, Ola, you're following this class, Odinaka, you're following this class, and Gerard, please, I want all of you to quickly go to this website at lesson.com. You can see it at lesson.com, Jira. Create a free account so that I'll add all of you as my team members so that we can do a robust action with this. Is that clear? All the things we've learned now, that's what we're going to be doing when all of them add up. You understand? Let's make it look like a real work. Then once we are done doing this, we'll now go to the advanced, which is learning how to pull screens, components, and reports. Is that clear? So that will be our work. That will be our next work. So we want to get everybody added so that we can actually use all the tools that we've learned. Ibokwe, did you hear what I just said?
Yes, I'm okay.
And are you gonna do it?
I'll do that now.
Ola, did you hear what I just said?
Yes, sir. Yes, I
Are
do.
you gonna do it?
Yes, I'll do it, sir.
Good. So all of you are in our WhatsApp group of the programming class. As you're registering, you'll be asking me a question on the WhatsApp group. I'll take it so that I'll quickly do this and continue. Thank you. God bless you. See you when I see you.